Oi boys, welcome back to another video on the channel. We are here to chat about Rugby 26. Post Magic Round, now people were predicting that we would see some news about the new game, and unfortunately, obviously that wasn't the case. Now that there was an opportunity there, sure, of course, at the very least people were expecting an announcement, myself included. I'm not really expecting any like screenshots or gameplay until around Origin time. That was my prediction on when we'll actually see visuals, and the reason for that is because the teams are still getting scanned, which takes me to one of the topics of today's video. This is like a little updates video of what's happened since the last time we talked about the game, and that is player scans. Honestly, we should give it up to Wakefield Trinity's content team for being the first to sort of make some content around their players getting scanned, because now every other day we're seeing different NRL teams making little short form content pieces around their teams getting scanned as well. And those are pretty cool in itself. I've been peeping all the little sneak peeks from all the teams. I didn't really want to make videos on it because it's pretty much the same old story from the original Wakefield Trinity piece of long form content, like the process of getting photogrammetry into the game, and we haven't really gotten any new information. Like, we got the July teaser back then as well. So we'll move on to our next topic at hand, and that is this.
Series 5 is on its way out. It's going to happen.
That's the big news, Brandy. There is going to... I don't know any more details, so please don't harass me about it, other than it is definitely happening.
Can you explain something to me? Question without notice. And you've done it, so you'll have the answer.
Yeah. Well, Brandy, I'm going to tease you with a little bit more burly for those who love their gaming. I am told that the money that is being spent on the technology on this game is the sum of the previous 4 put together. So they are competing with the EA Sports of the world with this game. So get ready for it. It's going to be the best release yet in terms of a rugby league game. There you go. It'll be one of the best sporting games. Rugby league, live. 5.
Oh, well, I'm excited.
Get into it. Okay, you're excited? Got you excited?
So there's a few things to take away from this piece of content or statement of Andrew Voss, pretty much gassing up this new rugby league game on the horizon. So he talks about working on previous games. He didn't actually confirm if he's in this new one, nor has there been any leaks of a potential commentary team for the new game. The biggest takeaways from this snippet is that the budget for Rugby League 26 is apparently greater than all previous Rugby League live games put together, which we kind of expected with Big Ants being bought out by Nakon, and just their recent track record with making other sports games. He then goes on to compare the team making Rugby League 26 to the likes of an EA, and that they'll be competing with the likes of them, which is probably the worst thing he could have said, to be honest. I get it's his job to sensationalize and hype up this game as much as possible, but a statement like that has just put some unrealistic expectations into people's heads. I'm definitely not expecting this next game to be compared or competing with an EA developed sport game. That's a crazy statement. Realistically, rugby league is still a niche sport and is kind of in its own lane. What I will say about the NRL is that they do have a decent presence online, so a well-made game should do an okay job of bringing in new fans, not only because of its popularity online, but because the sport at its core is pretty easy to pick up and learn. But yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent. You'd be wise to temper your expectations with this new game coming out. Don't expect a EA quality game. The last time someone from Big Ants, in this situation it was Ross, and no disrespect to Ross, but he said Rugby 25 would be the best rugby game ever made, and unfortunately that just wasn't the case. What I will say about that particular statement is that I think they can reach that quote-unquote best rugby game ever status. It won't be in this current Rugby 25, but definitely in a future title that they do develop if they do stick it out, which I believe they will be, as they've said they're in it for the long haul. But yeah, moving on to the last topic of this video. So on Twitter I received a message from Jared Dobbs, and it was a screenshot of the 2025/2026 lineup for Nakon video games. I did a little digging, and it was actually the press release for Nakon sales for the 24-25 financial year. So in this press release, there were a couple of things to take away here, some crucial information in regards to Rugby League 26. The first being, they said that several major games will be released in the first half of the year with very little risk of postponement. So this pretty much gives credence to the rumoured release window being July, and the actual name for the game being Rugby League. Now, there isn't a 26 attached to it like cricket, so we'll just go ahead and assume that it will be called Rugby League 26, and the reasoning behind why I think it would be called Rugby League 26 is just so that the game can be relevant next season, as well as they provide some sort of roster updates, although I wouldn't mind the game just being called Rugby League if they were to start from scratch. But yeah, most likely Rugby League 26, that makes the most sense if they're planning 2-year releases. With them mentioning very little risk of postponement, it again confirms a June or July release, as in the press release Rugby League is after AFL, which is coming out this Thursday. I'm not gonna lie, that AFL game kind of spawned out of nowhere. They announced the game, a couple weeks later they dropped the trailer, and the game is ready to drop this week, so I wonder if they'll use the same strategy for this new Rugby League game. I hope they don't. I hope they build more anticipation during that origin period and sort of drip feed the fans content here and there, teasers here and there, until the eventual release. But yeah, a great bit of info thanks to Jared Dobbs, pretty much giving us some more unconfirmed, confirmed information. We got a bit of insights on the game title, confirmation of the release window, and now we just patiently wait. The game will be, or should be, here sooner than you think. And like everyone watching this video, I am still bloody keen to get my hands on it. But yeah, that's all we got. That's the updates, or the latest updates in regards to Rugby League 26 news. As always, if you have any thoughts on anything mentioned in the video, go ahead and let us know in the comment section down below. Get a little conversation going. For now, we are going to call it there. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to find a shout out that like button, and for more Rugby League related content, or more content in general, go ahead and drop your boy a cheeky sub. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.